They had spots for all, I think.
My things,
Okay, so
Oh,
that's
we don't want that.
November
We don't want it.
24th.
you're on record.
All right, we'll, in this deliberative session for November 3rd, 2022. Order, is there any old business?
Institutional moves approval of the minutes from July 26th, public hearing, August 4th, deliberative, and October 20th, viewing.
Second,
And a motion made and seconded to approve the minutes from July 26th, 2022, August 4th, 2022, and October 20th, 22. All fair motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. All right, the first one on the agenda today is with the 164 Wickers Bay Road in the town of Neenah. Requesting a variance for the floodplain requirement on both side of the property. I guess originally I was under the assumption they were gonna tear down the place and rebuild it. I didn't know they were gonna raise it up. I was surprised by that. Not gonna rebuild, he's just gonna keep the same place and move it up out of the floodplain, I guess.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah,
it's not
Orig-
what's in,
originally I thought he was gonna rebuild on the
here
same
it says
footprint.
replacing existing residence on
Yeah.
property with new structure.
Exactly, yeah, but at the public hearing, he said he was just gonna raise it up and put a foundation under it.
I didn't get that out of it.
Either way he goes about it, it's
Yeah.
still,
Doesn't matter, I
It
guess,
doesn't
but I
matter,
was
yeah.
surprised by that fact.
Yeah.
So he must have changed his mind or something. So, yeah, he's just requesting the 7-foot requirement on the south side of his
South
house. And bring it up to the neighbors level.
Yeah, I do have foundation wall raised above floodplain level
Mhm.
because of the cracked foundation. And I thought that was just part of the whole, after he took it down, part of it.
Yeah. I guess it doesn't make any difference.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was
I just-
surprised by that.
Don't like missing totally off.
Well, you're on the surveyed site plan, it shows proposed house
Yeah,
versus
yeah.
raising it, so he must have changed his mind.
Yeah.
Maybe cost is probably a factor, I would assume.
Yeah. Being able to get materials too.
Well, that's, yeah, exactly.
When I saw the original application, and even when I saw the condition of the house, I had reservations about whether this was a good variance or not. When he came to the public hearing and described the condition of that foundation, something has to be done.
Yeah,
And whatever he does is going to require the variance.
right.
And without the variance, he's definitely got a hardship there.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm in favor of the variance.
And the staff recommends approval with conditions, so. What do you think the DNR didn't comment on this one? They commented on the other one.
they may have missed it.
Crucial moves approval of the variances requested with conditions. Those conditions being the proposed project shall meet all zoning requirements with the issuance of a zoning permit. All drainage and erosion control requirements shall be met with the issuance of an erosion control permit. And all construction shall meet the floodplain requirements stated in chapter 26 floodplain zoning code.
Is there a motion made? Is there a second?
A second.
Brian, or Dan, I guess these conditions are pretty much
Standard,
boilerplate standard
They're standard.
anyways.
yeah,
Yeah.
unless you want to add something to it.
Yeah,
All of those conditions would have had to have been met anyway,
Yeah.
even if.
right.
someone stated-
That's correct.
For the issuance of a permit.
Yeah.
Okay, the motion made and seconded to approve the variance request is granted, findings for granting.
Findings. Under section 23.7.234. Criteria 1. Findings for approval, the floodplain fill requirements of 15 feet on all sides reduces the developmental space of the lot. Basements are not allowed in floodplain areas, therefore reducing the allowable square footage of a single-family dwelling. Criteria 2, findings for approval. The property has a unique shape in it that is not accommodating to floodplain fill requirements. Criteria 3, findings for approval. Having less fill will still keep the structure protected from floodwater and will not have an adverse effect on adjacent properties or harm to the public interest. Removal of non-conforming structures on the lot is desirable. And then under section 26.6-7A, findings for approval. The request still allows for practical floodplain fill on the sides of the structure. The full 15 feet of fill will be met on the north, east, and west sides of the structure. Based on the above findings, it is the opinion of the board that all criteria of Article 7, Division 12, Section 23.7.234 of the Town and County Zoning Code have been met.
All right, then a motion made and seconded to approve the variance request with conditions as requested. Roll call vote. Susan?
Aye.
Tom V?
Aye.
Tom T?
Aye.
And Greg? Aye. Variance request is granted. Second one we had today is 86-1 Bel Air Lane in the town of Oshkosh, requesting for that's it for footprint requirements to be reduced on both sides of the property with the proposed structures.
I can repeat my comments from the first case. Prior, I had reservations after hearing the testimony. It's a good variance.
Yeah, are we looking at are we looking at the same 6.17 feet and 7 feet as requested?
They requested 6.2, 7.5.
And what were they talking about there on the one, on the,
Well, they still had some reservations about with the power, and they weren't sure they could put it in the spot they wanted with that request.
yeah,
So,
but that would just change their
right,
footprint.
yeah, absolutely.
Has nothing to do with their
Yep.
variance request.
Yep.
Um,
Either way, I think the count was they will need one, and the 6.7 would give them the opportunity to maybe expand the footprint in that directions and then
Yeah.
shrink it to accommodate the power pole.
yeah, to kind of keep the same square footage of the house
Yeah.
or similar square
Yeah.
footage of the house. Were they, was the retaining wall on the north side had to be 75 feet from the water.
Correct.
So that would change what they had on their,
No, it will be meeting. They have 75.3 from the retaining wall.
but that's different than what shows on the survey, correct? Because they had the setback averaging is 67.2 feet on the survey.
Yeah, so that setback average is only for the house.
For the house.
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't have to worry about
You don't
that.
have to worry about the
Yeah.
retaining walls. Yeah,
Okay,
unless they come in for another variance for the retaining
That'd be a s-
walls.
right,
That'd be a
yeah.
separate issue.
right,
Yeah.
okay. Yep.
Since the proposed is different from what you said, do we need to? 'Cause this is a
Oh, 6.1, excuse me, 6.17 and 7 is what they
It
propose.
really is,
Yeah,
okay. all right.
And that's what we're gonna
and that's what you're, yes.
dealing with,
Yeah.
okay,
They propose something a little bit more, which is fine, as long as it didn't go under that.
right. Yeah, they were talking like 12 or something. 12.17
Yeah, I'm not sure what they
feet,
were.
6 feet.
Yeah.
But that, yeah.
But whatever
that's
they
again-
ask for, that's what we
That's what
have
we're dealing, okay, yep. And yeah, we're dealing with 50-foot wide lot. It's restrictive as far as what they can do with it.
You had mentioned that new ruling, the new DNR ruling, that you cannot use setback averaging for retaining wall, only principal structure.
Mhm.
How does that affect anything that we're looking
On
at?
this situation, it doesn't
Right,
affect anything.
But
In
going
the future,
forward,
it was their new interpretation that they gave to us. I wouldn't say it's a new ruling, just a new interpretation on how they go after it.
But you may see more requests for variances for train, for
For
retaining
retaining walls,
walls.
yeah, I
Yeah,
would think so.
That's the
in
way it's
future.
gonna affect it.
Okay.
I would move to approve this variance with conditions. With the conditions stated.
You want to read those conditions in the record, Susan?
Yes, conditions are the retaining wall or walls meeting all county setback requirements shall be placed to contain the proposed fill on both side lot lines. 2, the proposed project shall meet all zoning requirements with the issuance of a zoning permit. 3, all drainage and erosion control requirements shall be met with the issuance of an erosion control permit. And 4, all construction shall meet the floodplain requirements stated in chapter 26 floodplain zoning code.
There's been a motion made. Is there a second?
I'll second.
And a motion made and seconded to approve the variance request as requested. Findings are granted.
Findings under chapter 23.7-234. Under the town county zoning code, chapter 26 floodplain zoning code, and chapter 27 shoreline zoning code. First criteria for approval is the floodplain fill requirement of 15 feet on all sides reduces the developmental space of the lot. Basements are not allowed in floodplain areas, therefore reducing the allowable square footage of a single family dwelling. Second criteria, findings for approval. The property has a unique shape that is not accommodating to floodplain fill requirements. Criteria 3, findings for approval. Having less fill will still keep the structure protected from floodwater and will not have an adverse effect on adjacent properties or harm to the public interest. Removal of non-conforming structures on the lot is desirable. Under chapter 26.6-7A, criteria, findings for approval under criteria 1, the request still allows for practical floodplain fill on the sides of the structure. The full 15 feet of fill will be met on the street and shore sides of the structure. Based upon the findings, it is the opinion of the board that all criteria of Article 7, Division 12, Section 23.7-234 Town County Zoning Code have been met.
All righty, there's been a motion made and seconded to approve the variance request as granted with conditions. Any further discussion? I'll take a roll call vote. Tom T.
Aye.
T.
T.
Oh, man.
Hi.
You're gonna have to sit
Tom B.
down.
You guys can't sit next to each other
You
anymore.
went this way last time.
I'm confused. I'm trying to keep you on your toes. Susan?
Frank,
Aye.
put that
Greg?
down.
Aye. Variance request is granted as requested. All right, next thing on the agenda is the approval of the calendar for 2023.
Said that, huh?
Yeah.
Good catch on that.
Was I the only one that got a P and Z calendar, or did we all get it?
Well, yeah, we all got it.
Yeah.
I don't have the one for.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I need it back.
Yep, you got it. Did you print that out? Did you get that? Okay.
I went.
Yeah, I
to the
didn't.
website.
I didn't print any of that stuff out for next time. I'll wait till a day or two.
I'm good with it.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow, much less.
Yeah,
next year,
exactly,
you know?
exactly.
If things change, they change, so, I guess I'd entertain a motion to approve the 2022 board of meeting schedule as presented.
So moved.
Second.
And a motion made and seconded to approve the 2023 Board of Adjustment meeting schedule. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
I'm good up to June 30th. Evidently, I expire on June 30th. so-
What?
Well,
Is it terminal?
I hope
How do you
not.
know when you're gonna expire?
Yeah.
That's what the letter says.
Oh. All right, I guess we do have something on the agenda for next month. Correct? I didn't look at that yet either, but I will.
So if they need to know I'm still interested in staying on.
Well,
We
yeah.
need an adjournment.
We need a motion to adjourn, I believe.
Motion to adjourn?
Second,
Motion made and seconded to adjourn the meeting. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
aye.
Motion carries. Good. Work this morning, Karen?
No, I took the day off.
You did? Uh-huh. You going golfing?
No,
Go
no golfing, no Christmas
You're
time.
putting up your Christmas
I
tree.
believe the yard work.
Oh, yeah,
There you
beautiful
go.
day for
Get
that.
her done.